for a minute if your friend wrote you a very, very long letter. So somebody comes along and takes 2 sentences out of that entire letter as if to suggest that those 2 sentences were all your friend wrote and was all that was meant. That is kind of like what happens when people take a single verse out of the Bible and almost suggest as if it means everything the Bible said. Now, when we look at the Bible and we see chapters and verse numbers and even headings such as the parable of the parable of the virgins or the birth of Jesus, those titles, those chapter numbers, those verse numbers, those were added much later to help us organize how the Bible works, how we refer to it, how we remember things, how we find things. But no single verse or single passage is meant to stand on its own. It's like that long letter your friend sent you. It was sent as a response to something, as a letter to a group of people. And when we take a single verse or a set of verses out and as if to say, this is the entire thing and this is exactly what it means, is to ignore the context that it's sitting in. And context is as simple as like a perspective. So if you observe an accident and you are in the car, the accident and how you explain it is going to be very different than if you were standing across the street when it happened, or if you were in the car of the other vehicle that collided. So when you look at conversations, verses, chapters, understand that the context, the perspective, the whole narrative from which it came is also very, very, very important. I hope this helps you, especially if you are called on to explain something or to wonder why something seems to contradict something you read before. Look at the context, go back to the other passage. It's all connected. I promise you, it is truth. And it is not disconnected. It is certainly not contradicting. And I hope that this helps you as you do your personal study of the Bible.